Hello.
It is now 7 p.m. and I'd like to call to order the January 23rd, 2018 business meeting of the Board of Trustees of the Aldine Independent School District. Dr. Garcia, will you read the ethics statements for us?
Yes, thank you. The board has adopted an ethics statement that affirms our commitment to ethical conduct. The statement is, the Board of Trustees is committed to and shall perform its duties ethically and according to our core beliefs. We will model the highest standards of conduct. We will ensure that no personal value system or personal goal interferes with our duty as public servants. The public interest shall be the principle which guides the board in its deliberations and decisions.
Thank you, Dr. Garcia. We extend a warm welcome to everyone present and are pleased that you joined us tonight as we celebrate the achievements, review information, and make policy decisions related to the effective operation of Aldine School District. You've got other places to go and other things to do, so we thank you very, very much for taking time your night to come out with us tonight. Let the minutes reflect that all board members are present except for Mr. Mead, who is having fun, I'm sure. We seem to always have visitors, and I see that we have visitors tonight. We want to thank you for coming. If you have comments to the board and have not filled out the audience participation form in the brochure next to the agenda books, please do so at this time and give it to Ms. Laurier. I never say that correctly, Yolanda, so forgive me. The board will listen under item 14 on the agenda on the open forum for patrons desiring to be heard. Item 5 on the agenda is our approval of the minutes of the previous meetings. Do we have a motion from the board?
Mr. Shanklin, I move that the minutes of the special call meeting on December 11th, study session and executive session on December 18th, regular meeting on December 19th, special call meeting on December 19th, 2017, and the minutes of the special call meeting and executive session on January the 9th, 2018 be approved as printed.
Thank you. We have a motion. Do we have a second?
I second.
We have a motion and second. Any discussion? Motion granted. We'll begin the vote with Dr. Booker.
Booker, yes.
Esparza, yes.
Franklin, yes.
Avalos, yes. Bourgeois, yes.
Garcia, yes.
Under item 6 is a public hearing for 2016-2017 annual performance review. Dr. Sarah Tomey, you may proceed.
Texas Education Code 39.306 requires each district's Board of Trustees to publish an annual report that includes the district and campus Texas Academic Performance Reports, TAPER, district accreditation status, campus performance objectives, a report of violent or criminal incidents, and information received under Texas Education Code 51.403E from the Texas Higher Education Coordinating Board. The Board of Trustees shall hold a hearing for the public discussion of the report, and they shall widely disseminate the report within the district. At this time, we will convene the hearing to discuss the 2016-2017 Annual Performance Report for the Aldine Independent School District. District and campus TAPER reports comprise the main part of the district's annual report. These reports include district and state data collected by the Public Education Information Management System, PEIMS, state and district performance data on the Texas Assessment of Knowledge and Skills, TAKS, State of Texas Assessments of Academic Readiness, STAR, and other statewide assessments, demographics of students and staff, SAT and ACT results, financial dropout completion, graduation, attendance, and enrollment data. Texas Education Code 11.253 requires that each campus improvement plan set performance objectives based on the TAPER report and periodically measure progress toward the objectives. These performance objectives must be approved by the local Board of Trustees and must be included in the published annual performance report. Content of the report on violent or criminal incidents at schools in the district reflects the requirements of Texas Education Code 39.306. Information received under Texas Education Code 51.403E from the Texas Higher Education Coordinating Board reports student performance in post-secondary institutions during the first year enrolled after graduation from high school. Within the next 2 weeks, the annual performance report will be disseminated and may be accessed in its entirety on the district website. Are there any questions regarding the annual performance report? Since there are no questions, this concludes the public hearing for the 2016-2017 annual performance report for the Aldine Independent School District.
Thank you, Dr. Comey. Will you continue with the academic report?
Oh, sure. I get it all done quickly. Good evening again, Mr. Shanklin, Dr. Bamberg, Dr. Blanson, and members of the board. Academic Decathlon is a competition with 10 different events, all based on an identified theme. The theme this year was Africa. Academic teams are comprised of 9 students working at 3 different levels based on each student's GPA: honors, scholastic, and varsity. The students spend the year studying the theme and preparing for the events, which include 7 multiple-choice exams in the areas of art, economics, literature, mathematics, music, science, and social studies. In addition, each student is judged in a speech event and an interview and writes an essay based on the theme. The culmination of the competition is the Super Quiz Relay. Aldine High Schools participated in the Regional Academic Decathlon this past weekend at Klein Oak High School. The team from Victory Early College High School placed second in the Super Quiz Relay. In math, Brian Moreno from MacArthur High School took second place varsity level, and Tommy Tran from Aldine High School placed third scholastic level. For the speech competition, Oscar Plata Lucas from Aldine High School took second place varsity level, and in interview, Pablo Leon from MacArthur High School placed third varsity level. And the progress of our high school choir students participating in UIL was shared throughout the fall. And I'm pleased and quite excited to announce that Emily Garcia, a senior at Carver High School, was named to the All-State Choir. Emily will perform with the All-State Choir in front of an audience of over 10,000 people at the Texas Music Educators Association Conference on February 17th at 3:45 p.m. in San Antonio at the Convention Center. This concludes the academic report for January 2018.
Thank you very
Want
much.
anything else?
We'll talk about that later. Mr. Garza, will you give us the presentation of the program and the recognition of our staff?
Thank you, Ms. Shanklin, Dr. Bamberg, Dr. Blanson, and members of the board. First, we begin with our recognitions, and actually we have a special presentation from Jostens. They are here to present a gift to our school district. Gardner Seaholm will introduce his other guests accompanying him. Gardner?
Hey, good evening. I'd like to first start by introducing the 2 associates behind me, Kathy Hendricks, who runs our operations and pretty much anything we need done there at Jostens, and of course Blake Ahrens, who is more focused on the yearbook side. And we've been a partner with Jostens obviously for a very long time, and certainly look forward to continuing that. Having said that, it's my pleasure to want to come in tonight and present to Dr. Bamberg and the entire district a small token, excuse me, a small token of our appreciation for the kindness and partnership that we've had for many, many years. And in light of the fact that we went through one hell of a year last year, as we all know, and this check, Dr. Bamberg, is tagged to actually be applied toward Harvard Relief Funds. Like I say, I wish it was more. I've got several other ones that I have to present, to other districts because we were all affected. But it comes from the heart, and it's our pleasure to present it to you. Thanks again for allowing us to be a part of this awesome team, because Aldine is absolutely the best. Thank you. Yeah. Sure.
And Mr. Shanklin, take the check. You want to have the board president take the check? If your name is Harvey.
I can change it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Gardner. As you know, the state of Texas recognizes January as School Board Appreciation Month. Although you are unpaid citizens of Aldine ISD, the work you do for our children and staff does not go unrecognized, and we are truly appreciative of your work. Last night, you received small gifts from each of our elementary schools. We hope that you enjoy them and use the extra large glass mugs responsibly. In addition to those gifts, we have a special video presentation from our school children. Please enjoy the short video. They're adorable, and you got to listen in to the first part. Hold on. Not yet. Get the thing turned on. Okay.
That color, how bright it is.
Because you help me so I can be a doctor. Thank you. Porque me ayudaste a sobresalir, yo puedo ser una enfermera. Because you help me, sir, I can be a nurse. Because you help me, John, I can be a doctor. Porque me ayudaste a sobresalir, yo puedo hacer bilingüe. Because you can help me, sir, I can write. Because you help me, sir, I can be a teacher. Porque me ayudaste a sobresalir, yo puedo ser un doctor. Because you help me, sir, I can count. Porque me ayudaste a sobresalir, yo puedo escribir.
They all had their caps on, it must have been cold.
Thank the Lord for all of you. We love all of you. Thank the Lord for all of you. We love all of you. Thank the Lord for all of you. We love all of you. Thank the Lord for all of you. We love all of you. You are the light that guides to the night, like a kite on a fly. We help us to go right. You are the light that guides to the night, like a kite on a fly. We help us to go right. We love
Oh, that's moving.
I don't know why they have to grow up after that, but they do. Find my space here. Thank you to all of our students and staff for showing their appreciation. Next, we have several certificates of appreciation for our board members. First, the Texas School Board Association honors you and presents certificates thanking you for helping students soar to success and for your dedicated leadership in public education. We're gonna pass out or get you all the certificates later on, so just for time's sake. But just know that our first award is from, our presentation is from TASB. And then I also want to recognize that City of Houston Council member Carla Cisneros sends her best and has a certificate of appreciation commending the work being done by the school board. In addition, the City of Houston Mayor Sylvester Turner also sends a proclamation on behalf of the city, of Houston, recognizing your commitment to the students of Aldine. State Representative and great friend to our district, Symphonia Thompson, sends a special recognition from our state capitol, recognizing your dedication to our community. And Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee sends her regrets for not being here, but also has a presentation of congressional recognition. In part, it states, your actions inspire others to dream more, to learn more, to do more, and to become more. We thank our elected officials for sending these recognitions. Now, present with us today, we have a variety of elected officials and representatives from county offices. In addition, we also have the Greenspoint YMCA present to recognize the board. Is Naja here? Naja, there you go. Community Development Director from the YMCA, and Drew Gutierrez is also here representing the board.
Thank you so much, Mr. Shanklin, all the members of the board, Dr. Bamberg, who serves on the Aldine Greenspoint YMCA board. We just are here to honor you and say thank you. I'm going to actually not do the talking and let my board members speak. So I will let Drew speak, who is the chair of the Aldine Greenspoint YMCA, and then you'll have a presentation from Laura Yanuzzi.
Mr. Shanklin, Dr. Bamberg, Dr. Blanson, I appreciate the kids at the Aldine Greenspoint YMCA. Truly appreciate the longstanding partnership that the Y has had with the Aldine Independent School District. Without you guys, a lot of the programs that we offer out in the communities would not be possible. And on behalf of the board, we thank you.
Good evening. It is my distinct pleasure to be able to present you this one-of-a-kind artwork and signed in appreciation for your partnership and unwavering care and support of our students, our teachers, and our administrators. Thank you all so much for what you do.
Mr. Shanklin.
For someone who's uncomfortable having their picture taken. Thank you.
Thank you to the YMCA. Drew is actually here pulling double duty. He's also here representing Commissioner Rodney Ellis. Drew?
Hi again. Not a member of the Houston Lafayette Rodeo, just wore a hat so I wouldn't have to shave my head. But on behalf of Commissioner Rodney Ellis, I have a resolution to present to you guys. And I'm not going to read the whole thing, but it says, it is a pleasure to thank you for your service and sacrifice for the benefit of our children and the community in general. Your service on the Aldine Independent School District Board of Trustees, is indicative of your loyalty and commitment to serve, as well as your obvious contributions made through active involvements within the district. Now therefore, Harris County Commissioner Precinct 1 recognizes the commitment of caring individuals and organizations throughout its salute to the Aldine ISD board members, and is hereby pleased to join in observance of the 8 worthy Houstonians that comprise the Aldine Independent School District Board. Signed, Commissioner Rodney Ellis. Thank you.
Thank you, Drew.
Thank you, Drew. We were expecting somebody from Jack Mormon's office, Commissioner Mormon's office, but I don't know that Claudia made it. So we're going to proceed without her, but he does send his regards as well. Also present is here from Commissioner R. Jack Cagle's office, Kent Klingerman. Kent?
Thank you very much. Well, good evening, everyone. It's an honor to be with you yet again. Commissioner Cagle asked me to stop in and convey his heartfelt gratitude to you all for the blood, sweat, and tears that you pour into this community, and especially the students of Aldine ISD. And he did prepare a proclamation I'd like to read on behalf of Commissioner Cagle. It states, the Honorable R. Jack Cagle hereby recognizes the trustees for the Aldine Independent School District. As Precinct 4 Commissioner of Harris County, Texas, and on behalf of the citizens of Harris County, we offer our sincere gratitude for the compassion, guidance, and outstanding leadership you've provided within the Aldine Independent School District. Your hard work and dedication have made a significant impact on the lives of the children, families, and fellow educators in our community. Therefore, I hereby proclaim the month of January 2018 as School Board Recognition Month, as signed R. Jack Cagle, Commissioner, Harris County, Precinct 4. Thank you.
He's handed me his certificate, so we'll pass him out as well later on. And now from Congressman Gene Green's office, John Garcia is here. John. Told him to sit up front.
Thank you all for inviting us, and really appreciative of everything that you all do. The congressman is saddened to not be able to be here, present on his own. When he was describing his relationship with the district, he used the word home, and I'm sure a lot of y'all know his personal connections with Aldine ISD, with his immediate family, having direct connections, relationships with the district. And so on behalf of the congressman, as the duly elected member of Congress from the 29th Congressional District of the state of Texas, I'm honored to present this certificate to the Aldine ISD board members in recognition of School Board Member Appreciation Month. Your dedicated service to Aldine Independent School District and our community have been greatly appreciated. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Now we have State Representative Armando Wale, who's a special guest, State Representative Ana Hernandez here. Will you please come up and join me at the podium?
Oh, good evening. How's everybody doing? Good. The only check that I can bring actually is the tax bill that I owe to you guys. So I promise it won't be late. But I just wanted to bring greetings on behalf of the state of Texas, and I'll allow my colleague to say a few words. We've been partnering on these recognitions, and we were at HISD, I think maybe last week, doing the same thing. But we just want to thank you for what you do as a board, being that you don't. Sometimes some of us complain at the legislature that it's a little hard professionally, financially, family-wise, and the pay is very little. We understand that you do not get paid, and so we appreciate you guys that do this on a voluntary basis for the betterment of all, collectively of all our community. I know collectively I know all of you very well. Some I know better than others, but for those that I don't know well, know that you have a fighter in us, and the ones that I do know well, you text me all the time to let me know what we need to be doing or not doing. So I just want to say thank you as a, obviously a proud product of the district. It's just important that I come back and recognize the work that you guys do. And I'll let my colleague Ana Hernandez from the East Harris County, Galena Park, Jacinto City, Channelview area say a few words as well.
Thank you. Thank you. Good evening, Mr. Shanklin, Dr. Bamberg, Dr. Blanson, members of the board. It's a pleasure to be with you this evening to recognize you for School Board Appreciation Month, and want to let you know that we appreciate you every day. This is a Appreciation Month, but we appreciate the work that you do, the time and effort that you put to serve on the board and serve the community, and it hasn't gone unnoticed. And it's a tremendous investment that you're making in the future. When we invest in our children's education, we're investing in the future of the state of Texas. So I thank you and express my most sincere appreciation for the work that you do. And it's an honor to be here with my colleague. You have great representation in Austin, and Representative Armando Wale, and I know our state senator is here as well, Sylvia Garcia. So know that you're well represented. You've got fighters up there for you in Austin. Know that we work as a team, that Armando and I have been friends since college. So we've worked together in the community, and he lets us know about things that are important in his area, and I let him know about things that are important in my area, and we work together because that's how we make our community stronger, is by working together. So once again, thank you again for the work that you do.
And we have two boys. Mandito, he's a little shy right now, but my other one actually is in the nothing serious, just in the ER, has some stuff with his eyes, but he's okay. But we, like you guys sacrifice, we have to sacrifice. Wife has to go to the ER with the other little one, and then we carry this one around with me. And he sometimes doesn't like it, but he'll be okay. But thank you, and we do have a proclamation. We won't read the whole thing for the. We'll Thank you so much. I think I see Ms. Burse out there somewhere. I thought I saw one of my counselors back out there.
I think the teachers in your age group have already retired. Actually, he read my mind, because I noticed he didn't recognize his son, and he was reading it. I was about to tell you, you didn't introduce your son, so good job. And now, last but certainly not least, please welcome State Senator Sylvia Garcia, who'd like to recognize the board as well. Senator.
Thank you so much, and it's great to be back again this year to just thank you once again for all the hard work and time and talent and dollars that you put into your service here on the school board. Regrettably, I don't have a proclamation. I just have my good looks and my good words. We had a little snafu, that some of you may know that the building that we had our offices was determined no longer to be occupable, or what is the correct word? Habitable. So we had to move. And in the move, and they did some of that some time ago, and we were doing some work changes today. So I think nobody remembers which box the proclamation is in. So just like the checks in the mail for those taxes, Representative Wally, the proclamation is in the mail. But mine would be very similar to all the others. I mean, I really just can't thank you enough, because I know firsthand from, some of the service on school boards that people, friends of mine and family from service, and certainly, my dear cousin here, and thank you for naming the school in her honor. I know everybody back home at Christmas was very, very proud. So thank you for that. And I think that as we continue looking forward and all the different challenges that we have this year and coming in the school district and in education in Texas, we must continue the fight. Representative Waller, Representative Hernandez is absolutely correct. We're all fighters. We all work together. But when it comes to education and our kids, we're in agreement in everything that we need to be doing because it is about the kids. And I know I've been here long enough and to visit with each one of you individually, and I know that that's your commitment from the heart because it is about the kids and the future of this great state. So to all of you, thank you, and it really will come. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
We want to thank everyone that came to visit and recognize our board. We thank our board, and we truly do appreciate you. Please join me in a round of applause. And now, Mr. Shanklin, we'd like to continue with our monthly recognitions. First up, Dana Sheffield, Executive Director of Child Nutrition Services, will announce her Team of the Month. Dana.
While they're coming up, Mr. Shanklin, Dr. Bamberg, Dr. Blanson, it's indeed an honor once again for Child Nutrition Services to recognize its Team of the Month for December, Davis High School. And this is really special honor to recognize one of our high schools. They were nominated by their supervisor, Terry Littleton. The managers and staff have put forth tremendous effort over the last 2 years to increase breakfast participation. Even though breakfast has always been available free for students in Aldine for a number of years on multiple serving lines daily in the cafeteria, student participation did not rise above 38%. Students want convenient and fast service, so the addition of 2 mobile carts located in the commons area of the school were added with the support of campus administration. Immediately, participation increased due to locating the mobile service to accommodate students and remaining open until 7:30 a.m. Students want you to go where they are in the morning, and we certainly do that. Currently, their breakfast participation is at 49%, with an average of 700 students eating from the cart locations alone. Total number of students participating daily in breakfast on average is about 1,100. Davis is number 1 among high school breakfast participation. The management and staff at Davis High School strive for above and beyond service daily for all 3 meal programs offered, breakfast, lunch, and evening meals. They clearly understand and meet all operation requirements and expectations with pride and professionalism. And there is truly a culture of customer priority and food quality. Congratulations to this outstanding team led by managers Linda Cantu, we're kind of wave, Linda, Helena Sanu, and these are just a few of the specialists. Our high schools have a lot more staff than this, but I do want to recognize all of their names. Mary Broussard, Star Brown, Aurora Cañana, Maria Hernandez, Shanice Howard, Loretha Jones Powell, Raina Leon, Charlene Matthews, Kim Wynn, Guadalupe Reyes, Blanca Rodriguez, Elizabeth Saldana, Patricia Shine, Demarius Stewart, Linda Stewart, no relation, Barbara Stubblefield, Martha Sullivan, Paula Valrus, and Wanda Williams. Child Nutrition would also like to recognize and thank Principal Tom Caldwell and his administration and staff for support of meal service to students at Davis High School.
Thank you, ladies. And now Dr. Jill Metcalf, Executive Director of Transportation, will announce her Employees of the Month.
Good evening, Mr. Shanklin, Dr. Bamberg, Dr. Blanson, members of the board. It's my pleasure to introduce to you the Employee of the Month for January in the Transportation Department, Ms. Karen Johnson, if you'll come up. Ms. Johnson's been with the department for about a year and a half. She serves us on the west side of the district, takes care of Eisenhower, Wilson, and Carter, if I'm not mistaken. She has really stood out in the last year and a half as a role model employee. The office staff at the west side has had multiple conversations with parents of a good nature. They've all been very complimentary and offer quite a bit of praise to Ms. Johnson. Okay. Can we do the plaque?
Now, Ermilo Ortiz, Executive Director of Buildings and Properties, will present the Building of the Month. Milo.
Good evening, Mr. Shanklin, Dr. Bamberg, Dr. Blanson, members of the board, and all in attendance. It is my pleasure to be with you this evening to present Aldine's Building of the Month. I would like to introduce to you Vidalia Moguel. She is the head custodian at Marcella Intermediate, along with Demedia Edwards. She is the principal of Marcella Intermediate. I would ask for them to join me at the podium, please. Marcella Intermediate looks as good today as it did 8 years ago when it opened. And the reason is because of the two people here. They work together. And Vidalia, our head custodian, she does a fine job of providing leadership and instilling teamwork with her group to ensure that Marcella is always putting their best foot forward and looking good for all of our students, our staff, and our community. So Vidalia has worked in Aldine for 19 years, and 10 of those years she has been a head custodian. So today, we want to thank Ms. Moguel, her staff, Ms. Edwards, for their leadership. And on behalf of Buildings and Property, we would like to present Marcella Intermediate with the Building of the Month for January. Thank you both. Congratulations.
Thank you. And now for the short portion of our program. Stacy Smith, Program Director of Resource Development, has various grants to announce today.
Short.
Okay. Good evening, Mr. Shanklin, board members, Dr. Bamberg, Dr. Blanson, administrative leadership, and ladies and gentlemen. I'm pleased to report on recent grant awards. Will Rosalind Sweat, principal of Hoffman Middle School, Kelvin Jefferson, assistant principal, Mr. Newsbach, who is the Lowe's manager, and along with Mr. Newsbach, we have Mr. Allen and Mr. Ratcliffe. The Buzz Project at Hoffman Middle School will engage the community, staff, and students to enhance the campus landscaping and create a welcoming environment at Hoffman. So we are so pleased to have our Lowe's support team with us. Not only are they supporting Aldine, but they do a lot of projects in our school district. We're so thankful to have them here today. And they have awarded Hoffman Middle School a grant for $2,065. And now at this time, will Colleen Riddle, the Director of Music Education, and Casey Midland, who is the Texas Music Educators Association Elementary Music Vice President, please come forward. That was a lot. We're here to recognize the following elementary music programs. And if the teachers will please come forward as I call their name, and their principals that are here will come with them to be recognized in front of our board. Starting with Nicole Burr at Thompson Elementary, David Dalton at Stevens Elementary, Mark Faulkner at Odom Elementary, Tara Lawson at Calvert Elementary,
Allison Leon at Bussey Elementary, Ann Marquise at Stellick Intermediate, Terry Nelly at Hill Intermediate, Eugene Polnick at Escamilla Elementary, Sarah Prather at Stovall Academy, Gloria Richmond of Eckert Intermediate, Rachel Roper at Parker Intermediate, Laura Lee Shones at Marcella Intermediate, Mary Stevens at Mendel Elementary, Jenna Villanueva at Carter Academy, Christina Williams Woodard at Reese Academy, Stephanie Walker at Caraway Intermediate, and Carrie Zimmerman at Jones ECPK.
Are they gonna sing for us?
Well, you know,
It looks
since
like a
it is the
choir.
element, we were warming up in the hallway earlier.
Oh, yeah. A couple of them.
Well, if you'll please notice the group that's in front of you, the Aldine ISD elementary music teachers before you have received a total of $13,600 in elementary music grants for equipment and instruments from TMEA, the Texas Music Educators Association. It is the Elementary Music Instructional Support Grant. We would like to thank the Texas Music Educators Association for their support of music education in Aldine ISD and across the state, and we're so thankful for Miss Carrie Midland, who is with us today. She, in addition to being a vice president, she also serves as a music specialist in Fort Bend. And we were talking in the hallway earlier. I just wanted to share with you, because this is only the second time that they have offered this grant, but they awarded over $750,000 for elementary music across the state of Texas, which is wonderful. We're so thankful for their support, and congratulations to all of our music teachers in Aldine.
All right, we thank you.
We did get a picture in the hallway.
Oh, you did? Okay.
We did.
Good job.
Thank you so much. Oh, and by the way, excuse me, our total for this evening, our total for this evening in grants is $16,205. Thank you.
With dollar amounts like that, Stacy, take as long as you want.
Okay.
Mr. Shanklin, that completes my report.
Thank you, Mr. Garza. Ms. Avalos, do we have any correspondence we read tonight?
Mr. Shanklin, we do not.
Thank you. The board has had the consent agenda items in their possession for study and discussion and discussed at length in the study session last night. Is there anyone who wishes to speak to the consent agenda items to be voted on by the board tonight? If no one wants to speak to it, do I have a motion regarding the consent agenda items?
I motion.
Is there a second?
Garcia seconds.
Motion by Dr. Booker, second by Dr. Garcia. Any discussion? We'll begin the vote with Dr. Garcia.
Garcia, yes.
Bourgeois, yes. Avalos, yes.
Shanklin, yes.
Esparza, yes.
Booker, yes.
Dr. Bamberg, do you have any staff recognitions tonight?
Mr. Shanklin, we have no staff recognitions tonight.
Board committee reports. Ms. Bourgeois?
We have the following policy revisions at this time. Policy Update 101 affecting local policies BBE, CDA, CKC, CNA, CO, DF, DEI, DH. I don't have my glasses on tonight. For the second and final reading.
You have a motion?
Shanklin, it's, we need the next line of the.
The next line needs to be.
I'll just read the policy revisions. Policy Update 109 affecting local policies BBE, CDA, CKC, CNA, CO, DF, DH, EHBAF, EJ, FEA, FFAA, FFF, FFI, GBAA, GKA, GKC, and GKE, based on the 85th legislative session, and that is for the second and final reading, correct, Ms. Bushra?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I move that the board approve for second and final reading the policy update 109 affecting local policies as stated. Do I have a second?
I second.
We'll begin the vote with Dr. Booker.
Booker, yes.
Esparza, yes.
Shanklin, yes.
Avalos, yes.
Bourgeois, yes.
Garcia, yes.
Mr. Mead, who's absent tonight, is our board president, and he would like to appoint the following board members to serve on the board of the trustees' standing committees. The board member committee is Dr. Viola Garcia, Patricia Bourgeois, and Connie Esparza, and he's asking that Dr. Garcia chair that committee. The policy revisions committee is Patricia Bourgeois, Rose Avalos, and myself, and he's asking that Patricia Bourgeois chair that committee. School Names Committee, Connie Esparza, Dr. Kimberly Booker, and Rose Avalos, with Connie Esparza chairing that committee. The Nominations Committee would be chaired by myself, with Dr. Garcia and Dr. Booker. We're close to the end, guys. This is the portion of the meeting when the board receives input from patrons. Each person who addresses the board will have 3 minutes to speak on his or her issue. There's a clock at the podium, and you will be notified when your 3 minutes are almost up. Because of topic posting requirements of the Open Meetings Act, board members will not answer any questions posed to the board by the patron, and no action can be taken on any issue presented during this time. If you wish to ask questions of the board, you may submit them in writing addressed to the superintendent's office, and the board may consider them at a subsequent meeting. If you are an employee or an employee's representative, please be advised that the grievance policy deadlines are not waived. If you have documents to pass out to the board, please identify those documents. Finally, please be aware that rules of decorum will be enforced during the public comment period. Please refrain from making comments directed at any specific individual or individual employee or employees or students by name to avoid any potential breach of confidentiality. If you have complaints regarding specific individuals, please provide those in writing addressed to the superintendent for her attention. Each participant is legally responsible for the content and consequences of his or her statements. And I have noticed that we have one comment tonight, and that's Mr. Richard Cantu. Will you come to the podium, please?
Good evening. Yes, Mr. Shanklin, board members, Dr. Bamberg, Dr. Blanson, on behalf of the East Aldine Management District, we too wanted to bring a big note of thanks to you as a board, as a school district, for all of your collective years of service. And I personally would like to thank Dr. Bamberg and Dr. Blanson for your combined, I think it's almost 8 decades of service. A long time. The school district is better because of your service. And as most of you know, I've been involved with the district both on a daily basis in my position with the East Aldine District as Deputy Executive Director, but also after hours, helping, answering the call to, as a community member to help get that bond passed a couple of years ago. And it's really a pleasure to see those schools being built today, not just in East Aldine, but across the district. And it's a pleasure to see that the names of some of the board members and some of the other community leaders that those schools will bear. And just on behalf of the district, just want to mention we look forward to continuing to partner with you. Our grants that we provide, the majority of them go to school projects to help supplement what the school district does. So everything from, the cross country that we support at MacArthur, and I'm proud to work for an organization that is the top contributor to the scholarships at the Aldine Education Foundation. Oh yeah, by the way, I think I'm chair-elect of the foundation. So I got my work cut out for me, but it's a pleasure to be a part of that effort also to raise money for scholarships as a kid, as a one-time kid from the inner city that couldn't have gone to college if it wasn't for those types of scholarships and those types of foundations that provide that seed money. I know it's important, and I thank y'all for setting up the foundation and working with the district. And we look forward to continuing to work with you to do things in the community that make a difference for the school children, like putting up street lights on the corners where the kids get picked up early at 6 in the morning when it's still dark. And we know where to put those lights because your transportation department gave me a map showing where all those kids get picked up. And so in the future, we'll continue to work with the district to do things that matter in the community. I will urge my board to in the future, once we build the town center and get that paid for, I'd like our board to consider doing things like building sidewalks, more sidewalks in the district. And we will only have enough money to do so many every year, but we will prioritize those projects based on the information we're going to get from the school district. So it's just a great partnership. And again, just wanted to thank you all on behalf of the management district and on behalf of the community for everything you guys do. Thank you.
Thank you, Richard. Personally, and on behalf of the board, we'd like to thank you for everything that you do for us. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moves.
Moved in second. Meeting's adjourned at 7:52.